Good morning, everybody. Hey, guys, thanks for coming out this morning so early. Shane, Brad, Thomas, Texas Card Dude, Costa Rica. Guys, thanks for being here, man. Happy Thursday. The 27th of May. Can you believe May is almost over? I mean, what a freaking fast month. In fact, time seems to be flying faster this year than it was last year. I think last year things felt like they were moving at the snail's pace because of COVID. This year, things are just cruising along. I mean, that kids get out of school in a few weeks. Summer's going to be here. Let me just quickly say, too, I am loving just the NBA playoffs. I don't, regardless of talking sports cards. Good morning, Angel. I love the NBA playoffs. What games last night? Some crazy games last night. Amazing games. Love the Knicks and the Hawks game. The Ja game wasn't quite as close, but I loved watching him play last night. I think he set a record, for the first two games of his playoffs, having, I think, second or first or third, somewhere top three as far as points for a player in his first two playoff games. So I think it's exciting. I think back, I still love the Zion rookie class with R.J. Barrett and Ja Morant and a bunch of other players that are still going to be, maturing in the next year or so. So that's super exciting. In fact, this is going to be coming up next year will be year 3, which is normally one of the better years for your NBA players. But I have to say, watching the Grizzlies last night with Triple J, with Brandon Clark, with Dylan, what a young team. They reminded me a lot of many years ago when the Thunder had Westbrook and had Harden and Kevin and KD. So anyway, let's go ahead and start off by checking out some of the things going on, what I refer to as the barometers of the hobby. And honestly, I haven't done this. I normally do this every morning, but I didn't do it today because I think I'm going to start doing this every day live with you guys and kind of show you what I look at. I'm going to turn off the notifications in just a second. I apologize for that. I want to start there because this morning is a huge drop day in the hobby. Now, it's supposed to be. Let me go over here. We're looking at, what am I on right now? I'm on Walmart. Okay. So Walmart dropped some, there's some Pokemon. Here's football. This was just dropped this morning too, guys. 5 a.m. Again, I'll turn this on in a second. Here's some Score Blasters. But what I want to look at, if I go to Target, right? Here's what I want to look at. Target has not dropped any sports cards at all. And there are rumors they're going to drop today. These are at consoles, right? Let's go over here to the restock. And I'm going to turn this off in a second because I do know the ding, 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 ding drives me freaking crazy too. But real quickly, and the reason I mention this is there's rumors going around last night, okay, that Target, and I hate to spread a rumor, but I love to share news. So the rumor is Target is officially out of cards, that they're not even doing online anymore, right, which would shock me. But I'm going back, and I have not seen Target drop any online cards in a while. Okay, so no online cards from the Monitor and Target been dropped in a couple days. Walmart did drop some. Let's go ahead and kill that window so we get rid of that loud noise. And let me come back. Hold on. I didn't even share that with you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I just closed the Discord, and I thought I was sharing it with you, but let's talk about that, okay? So I heard from 2 people last night. It was JR Sports Cards made a comment that he noticed that all the online cards were taken off of Target's website. And then I think it was Baseball Card Collector 75, 74, I forget which one. And I apologize, man. I like the guy. He said that he went and spoke to a friend last night at a Target, I believe it was in California, and the manager told him, now this is his third, my secondhand story. The manager told him that Target is out of sports cards altogether. They're not doing online anymore. They're not doing retail. They're just going to get out of it. Now that shocks me. It really does shock me. So I don't want to spread the rumor, but when I looked at the monitors this morning and I haven't seen Target drop anything online, it's starting to support that, right? Today's supposed to be a drop day. So that is interesting, especially when DJ has been going out, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, and talking about the strength of the relationship between Target, Walmart, and Panini. So I don't know what you guys think. Again, I would be shocked. I would be shocked if they got out of sports cards. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't do it online or, distribute it some other way. But if they did, first, let me just say this. If they did, if Target really this week has ended the sports card business for Panini or with Panini, then what does that make DJ look like? I mean, because DJ's been out preaching how Target and them are so strong. Yeah, I mean, that would be real. And here's another thing I'll just quickly say too. don't freak out like, oh, that's the end of retail. Okay, don't think that. Okay, it's not the end of retail. Let me take you over here. Let me share this time. Share my screen, Ziggy. Share the screen. Share the screen. I'm gonna take you over here to Wax Pack Heroes podcast. He had DJ on. This is on the 25th. I don't think he had DJ on the 25th, but the 25th was 2 days ago. I think he had DJ on earlier and then was out the other day. But this is the most recent interview with DJ where he talks about the relationship with Target and how strong it is and how don't worry, Target's come back. But more importantly, what he talks about is all of the other companies that Target distributes cards with. For example, Dollar Tree, Meijer. I think they're doing a deal with Costco right now. So when I heard that, and I'll send you the link for this. I listened to the whole podcast. I did leave my comments down here. I do this for two reasons. It also reminds me what they talked about, and I'm not being rude. I'll let you read this, and you can tell me I'm rude. But my comment was, I doubt Walmart and Target's investment. I don't doubt Walmart and Target's investment in Panini. I do doubt Walmart and Target's care about who pays them for the boxes. They're getting cleaned up by bots. My point there is he talks about how Walmart and Target are committed to helping customers get access to the product. I don't think so. I think they'll sell the product online or, big box stores like Sam's Club. They don't care. They'll sell it. I also got a sense that they're going to get that product out regardless. If it's not Target or Walmart, it's going to get out. I think Target might be the most mismanaged retailer when you think about how they distribute it, right? You tell everybody where it's going to be. You're not very, I don't know. They did a poor job, in my opinion. Talks a little bit about, he says he could go direct to retailers, but he doesn't want to mess up distribution because distribution is so important. Again, I call BS on that. I think this is a perfect time to rebuild distribution, that you can build a better, stronger distribution. He talks a little bit about Kids Crate that's supposed to be coming. I've heard this for over a year. It was talked about last year. I'm looking forward to it. I've got 4 boys. I think 3 or 2 will qualify. So we're going to get in Kids Crate when we can. They talked about memberships. Not a fan of that. What else was interesting? Again, he talked a lot about, I know what it was. Mike and other people keep saying, and this really drives me crazy. Oh, maybe Panini should just make a product they overprint and it's on the store everywhere you go, like a Hoops Unlimited that never stops print running. It doesn't have autographs in it. And I keep saying to myself, why would you ask Panini to overprint anything? And I'll just simply tell you this: if you do that, if you make a poo-poo product, then you know what's going to happen. In order to get the better product, Panini's going to make you buy 5 cases of poo-poo product. You see what I'm saying? They're going to force that through the channel, and then poo-poo products can be everywhere. So you don't want poo-poo products. You don't. Also, let me just say something. Kids are not dumb. Kids, they copy their fathers, their mothers. They imitate, right? So if they see us opening Prism, and then you slap down poo-poo product in front of them, they're going to look at you and go, what am I doing, Dad? They're also going to realize value. They're not, again, if you're doing this for a 2 or 3-year-old, then you know what? If they don't know, then repack cards for them yourself. Wrap it up in an envelope and give it to them re-rip again. I mean, if a child is old enough to understand cards, they're going to understand they're being given a bad product. I'll just say this. I said this on here. It's not live, but we need competition, period. Tell me how I'm wrong. Competition solves all these problems, in my opinion. There'll be new problems or challenges will come, but competition wipes all this out. I loved how DJ does giggle when he describes yellow inserts they're selling at Dollar Tree. You have to listen to it because it's basically like a little sinister. What else? Like I said, I want competition. Oh, I do ask. Here's something I just mentioned real quickly. They have they talk about the National, and I'm wondering if the National is going to have the VIP Panini party. That has been a bomb. I'm not a bomb. A bust. I'm not a bust. A boom in the past, because at the VIP party, you normally go there, you meet athletes, you get pictures with them, but you also got a lot of product. And I think Mike even meant to comment, will that be the case this year? Because Panini doesn't need that to get rid of product. Products going everywhere. So my last comment is listening to this and listening, whether or not they have Target or Walmart, they are distributing to lots of different places. Okay. There are more, you're going to see sports cards at the bank, just like a Reese's peanut butter cup eventually. So I do believe this does confirm to me, we are in the junk chromium printing era, right? And there's no stopping that right now. Let me show you a couple other things here. Let's start here. I like to refresh this every morning. So I made my little rant on, is Target really going away from sports cards? Don't know, just a rumor. Didn't want to share the DJ's interview was just this week, and he said they're not. Everything's good. The DJ also shared with me all the other retailers. And again, you can listen to the podcast. Again, Michael Summers' podcast. Where is it? Mike Summers podcast right there. Wax Pack Hero. Okay, so looking at these guys, I bring this up. This is my barometer for track cards I track. Now, a few things. Look at this. Watson's still slipping. I don't understand why, but he's down to 550. Luka actually picked up a little bit, but he's still under 1,000. And again, the guy's been balling out, right? I mean, they knocked the Clippers out in a sweep. What happened? But I'll be honest, I really don't expect these cards to move much because of the playoffs. I really don't. But I'm watching. Trey's down a little bit after a good game. Zion, well, he's out of the playoffs. His card could continue to fall. It could. Now, this one's the one I've called. I have said, and I'll say it over again, this card will be around $1,000 to $1,500 by the end of the year. Okay. And it's already continuing on that. Even though they're winning, it's on that downward slope. John Morant, only one here that's in the green. And the guy's been balling out. We just talked about him earlier with, his 2 first playoff games. Tatum slipping, Melo Ball slipping. Melo Ball, again, it should go down. There's no reason that you should pay $800 for a base prism of LaMelo Ball, which will be more printed and more graded than anybody else. Okay. Other things that I look for and check out. I like to come over here and check out the Panini site, and I check out the Top site. Top site, I'll be honest, I'm not as happy with how Topps does their layout. Checking browser. What's wrong? Why are you checking the browser? But I do like the fact that Topps does still drop some of their product direct. And what I mean by direct is latest product drops. Let's go down here. My internet must be sucking really bad. If you guys are hanging in there, I apologize, but this is taking forever. I will point out Topps is doing their Bazooka NFT drop coming up, which I have absolutely no interest in. I like the wax, but the NFT thing, I just have no interest. Keith Shore, I didn't even see this. I never saw that. That's cool. Phil Snead's coming up. Achoo! 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 Sorry about that, gentlemen and ladies. If there's any out watching, I wanted to see, did Sterling make the list on here? It was Sterling Baseball sold on this site, because right now it's retailing for $900, which is absolutely nuts. Man, I missed this. I like this stuff. I like this a lot. Is this one card or is it a box? It's gotta be a box, right? I'll check this out later on. I'm not a fan of this. I got so burned on this stuff last year. Just very disappointed with the T206s. Available, blah blah blah. 10 packs, 40 cards. That's kind of cool. I might want to snag one of those. How much time do I have to buy one of those? A few days. Wave 4. I missed all these. Huh. That's why you got to check out Topps and Panini every day, guys. Okay, on the Panini site, blog real quickly. Not gonna spend too much time on this. This is pretty cool. I thought they're bringing Jeff Gordon back for NASCAR. That should be popular. I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I understand who Jeff Gordon is. And this I was going to bring to your attention. This popped up in a email yesterday or notification. Sports Card Investor talked about this, but real quickly, Funko is partnering with Panini, and they're making what seems to be a combination of a card and caricature, if I'm not mistaken. There'll be 6 NBA players and 6 NFL players for the holiday season. Trading cards will incorporate Panini globally popular Prism trading card brand for both the NBA and NFL. Similarly, very popular, blah, blah, blah. Trading cards will feature Panini Prism trading art packed together with a protective case that can be hung on the wall. A pop vinyl figure will replicate the pose of the player. That's I'll be honest, this is probably going to be sick. I think I was talking to Andy, Sports Card Investigator. He's like, my son's going to love this. I'm like, my kids are probably going to love this too. Because you're basically, sounds like you're getting a little character and you're getting a Prism card. That's pretty. Hey, throw an NFT in for me, baby. I would have loved that. Hope you guys are still hanging in there. Let me go back and see if there's any questions before I continue on my morning diatribe. Good morning, Michael. Thank you for joining. Product is also going to go to retail already. Is it? Giannis. Hey, Michael. So I was talking. Rumors are that Target is totally getting out of the card business. Totally getting out. I don't know if that's true or not. Totally. I agree. My kids are going to love that little Funko thing. I don't know when. The price hasn't this been dropped. So keep your eyes out. And obviously, you watch my show in the morning. I'll tell you as soon as I hear about it. Giannis overrated the Compo. I agree. Good morning, Shelly. Good morning. Let me go back here then. Thank you guys for joining. Let's go back and dive into a couple more things. Okay, so other thing real quickly. Store. first off the line, they do have Chronicles going live in a few hours this morning. I have mixed feelings on this. I used to love first off line because it used to be a suggested retail price, and you just would battle to get in there, and you got something you felt like you got something you felt like you were at retail because you got it at a great price. Now I feel like if I get it, did I get a great price? You know, I don't know. I'm just not as into the first off line, but this looks pretty cool. $1,000 is just ridiculous. I will just tell you, last year, I think this product was suggested retail price around $200. I think it sold like $199 or maybe $259. I got a box, I think $350 or $400. I think now this, it's a lot more. So it is a fun rip. I do like Chronicle Soccer, but I'm not liking it at $1,000. And I bet you the floor, look at the floor, is $250, and that's just ridiculous. Would I buy it at the floor? Absolutely. Will it hit the floor? I don't think so. Other quick things to look at on the football side. And one day tomorrow, you got Panini Contenders draft picks coming out. I will just, again, I'll just say this again. I hate college basketball products. I'm not a fan at all. The draft and the college is normally really bad on Contenders. The draft will probably be good because of the prisms, but it's not something I'd want to grade. It's something I'd want to just flip real quickly. I don't know. You're not going to see me buying this product unless it happens to be there at a retailer that I come across, right? If I saw it, I guess I'd rip it, but I'm not going to be chasing it. I do understand and respect what will be going on with it. Look at this. Legacy sold out for $219. That's crazy. I understand. It's just crazy, though. Basketball here. Impeccable coming out. Court Kings. That was today, I believe, right? Was that today or earlier this week? Sold out at $329. That's, again, a very high price, Panini. That's a beautiful product. I really like Court Kings. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, guys, last year there's a European Court Kings. It's like a mega box. And I want to say they were like $50 to $79 last year coming out of Australia. I remember getting some of those. I think by the time they hit the US, like 100 something bucks, but they're really cool Court Kings. I think they were, I don't think they're called T-Mall, but they were Asia, Australia Court Kings. So check for those. Impeccable is an interesting product. It's a very high-end product that, in my opinion, when we talk high-end, I like to stay with the ones I know and trust, which are immaculate and national treasures and flawless. The Noirs and the Impeccables have some cool cards, but it's just not for me. And again, these prices are going to be ridiculous with this draft class. So I'm not a fan of what's going on there. Okay, let me give you a quick update on a few of the stories I've heard in the news about grading. So HGA, I think I mentioned, had the issue where they graded a fake autograph, a sticker that had the autograph, a card that had the sticker autograph on it, right? Another thing that I saw yesterday, can I go show this here? Where was this? I forget who it was. I think it was Frank 502. I think it was Frank 502. Frank, where are you, man? I should just probably put Frank 502 in here and he'd just come up, right? Frank 502. I want to mention this because here we go, right here. Excuse me. Going a little long here right now. Okay, 16 hours ago, I'm done with HGA. This is Frank 502, 17,000 subscribers. Look at that, 9,000 views on that video. So what I want to talk about, I saw Frank, I follow his channel, one of the bigger, box breaker, ripper open guys. And he did Pure Graded X a few days ago and was pretty positive. Did an update talking about them after the fact. But again, seemed pretty positive on it. So I was surprised to see this video where he comes out and says, I'm done grading with HGA. I'll let you watch it. My takeaway from this, okay, real quickly, it's not that HGA did something bad. Like they didn't grade a fake card for him, or they didn't, in my opinion, they didn't think terribly wrong. Like they were late in his submissions. Apparently HGA is behind on their submissions. Remember, they're guaranteed they're supposed to be there in 10 days, and when 10 days is 10 days. I thought they used to give you a full refund. So I guess they're not, but he talks about this is the third order where he's had to track it down, and this order was lost, and it took 25 days out of 10. So there's frustration from Frank on that. But to be honest, what he talks about is he's graded 31 cards, and I think 24 of them came back 9s, right? And the other ones were 9, 5s, and 10s. So he's not happy with the grades, right? And I've said this before. We don't want accurate grades. We want favorable grades. And I don't mean that to be wrong, but that's the case. If you're with a grader and you start just getting back 8s and 9s, you're going to blame the grader. It's the damn grader. It's the grader. I'm going somewhere else. And there's so many different choices now. I understand that frustration. So I'll just say that. So my reason for bringing this up, takeaway, I was shocked to see him post his video. And I want to talk about the power of influence. Now, I like Frank, and I know he knows what he's doing. In fact, in the video, he even says, they know I'm going to make this video, right? So he's frustrated with HGA. I know I'm an influence as well. Not as big of an influencer as Frank, not even close, right? But I do recognize when I talk to people and say things, I have influence on the hobby. And I appreciate that. And I will say, as I've said before, with great influence comes great responsibility. I don't know if this was a good thing to do, right? Because it's definitely damning the HGA when I watch this headline and see I'm done with them. And I think Frank's done with them. Why is Frank done with them? But then when I listen to the video, I'm like, well, Frank, I think you're kind of being a little hard on them. I think you could have said it a different way, right? I don't know. I'm curious your thoughts and comments. And I don't mean that in the wrong way, but it makes me think, watching Frank, that I'm going to be more cautious about the things that I try to say. So my takeaway real quickly on HGA is that, look, guys, I still commend you for being a groundbreaker, right? Icebreaker, getting in there, the hybrid grading approach. I'd love to see the AI demonstration like I saw GMG do. And I do caution you guys, watch out for that, the fakes and the spelling. So I'm hoping they're doing well. I'll tell you the reason I don't use HGA is that I can't deal with rejection on the cues. I just can't deal with getting in line and missing out again. Maybe part of it's laziness too. My life's busy and I just forget about it. But that has been an obstacle to me getting in. It's also been a barrier to protect them from going over. So I still haven't used them. I'm not saying negative. I'm just sharing with you what I'm hearing in the hobby. The next one I want to talk about is RCG. And this is an interesting one as well because RCG, who is it? I think it was Hobby Lottery who did this video. And I do encourage you to check out these YouTube guys if you like what they're doing. Yeah, Hobby Lottery. He did a couple ones. He did RCG 10 tough grade, which I talked about yesterday, and he did an update. Now, real quickly, I'll just share what this is. 2 days ago, he did a thing where he got his cards back. One of them was a perfect 10. He said 10, 10, 10, 4 10s. It's like, oh, that's great. The other card, he got a 9.5 on, but he had a 10, 10, 10, 9.5. And his whole argument was 3 10s and a 9.5. Doesn't that round up to a 10? Everybody else does. That's what BGS Pristine is, when you have just 0.5 off of a black label. So he made the comment. A lot of people were frustrated with it, and Instagram and stuff like that. I even made a comment. It would keep me away from RCG. I'm not going to lie to you. Not having that flexibility where you're going to be that difficult to get a 10, I'm not using you. And again, I'll go back to what I just said. I want favorable grades. I want them accurate, but I also don't want you to become, oh, RCG, they're the hardest grader in the world. Great. Then I'm not going to use them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people don't use PSA because they're the hardest, guys. Let's be clear. They use PSA because they're probably the most reward for your buck, right? It's like feast or famine. You're going to hit 10 or 9. Anyway, update is he heard back from RCG, and they did update their grading. They have like a crown jewel, which is all 10s, and they have just a jewel, which is a 3 10s and a 9.5. So I wanted to share that update. I think it's important. It does, again, make me more interested in using RCG because of that, right? I also like the fact that they've adjusted to that. So just a quick update on those two. I don't think there's been anything else new going on in the other guys. I haven't followed up on Gem Mint grading. I'll continue to remind you guys, I really like their grading method where they show the AI. I'd love to get your comments, your feedback on that. I was impressed. Still working with TGA and with Pure Graded X, so I'm getting some cards back, and we'll see where that goes from there. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about here? I think this is Crypto Slam. No, it's a wax price right there. Nothing else really to show back there. I think we're going to wrap it up here in a minute. I did want to just check on hobby highlights around the hobby. I'm going to definitely be jumping in on Texas Card Dude's channel here shortly, and also like listening in on the Team Hold guys. Okay, let's just look at the news here. I have not read this yet, so Topps 21 Chrome Black preview. Interesting. What else we got here? Another sneeze coming. This pollen is killing me. Hold on there, Ziggy. You can do it. Dave's big mess. Interesting. Target spoils flippers fun. What's this one about? This is 2 days ago. All right, here we go. I didn't see this. We haven't seen this. Let's check this out. Willing to tell his story. Let's see what he says. Where is if what is it? Oh, it's a pretty lengthy story. The rise and collapse of Scalpers. Actually, I heard this article the other day. I didn't read it. I'm not going to check it out, guys. I'm going to read this after we hang up here. Rise and fall. In fact, I think Texas Card Dude mentioned this. He sent me the link, and I guess I didn't read this one. So, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Anything else real quickly going on in the hobby? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. So we're going to pop out of that, come back here to live. Good morning, Anthony. I look at the new grading companies. Very interesting. Yeah. So I'll tell you, Shelly, I'm definitely checking them out. I'm checking them out. I haven't. My plan, honestly, next is to try GMG because I like the AI. If you followed me, since the beginning, I was on YouTube. I've always been a fan of AI. I'm a geek. So anyway, I think I've covered a lot of stuff this morning. We did a quick look at what's going on the hobby as far as releases. Looked at some articles. Talked a little about some grading stories that are happening. What else? A lot of ums there. A lot of ums, Brad. Click, 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 click. Guys, really enjoyed this. Running about 26 minutes. Go ahead and end it here. We'll say, just to give you a quick few updates. I am working on a video. I'm hoping to drop this evening on the biggest sports card influencer. Who is the biggest sports card influencer in the last year and a half? Since this whole boom thing's been going on. Who is that person who's probably had the most impact on the hobby, good or bad? Who do you think it is? I got a video I'm going to be dropping on that. Also working on some other videos, some other creative stuff. They'll probably be coming out this weekend. I will tell you real quickly, I should have mentioned this. I am working on an NFT project that I'll share maybe tomorrow with you guys, get some feedback from you. It's actually on my NFT channel, which has very, very few subscribers. If you want to check that out, it's sports and collectible NFTs. But you'll see more on that. As a strictly baseball collector, I miss Fleer Ultra and Upper Deck products badly. Any football collectors miss Tops? Absolutely, Shane. Dude, look, I don't think there's a single person in the hobby who's not going to tell you they miss the opportunity to have that variety in that selection. Right? The only people who are going to tell you the hobby is better is going to be Panini, Tops, and Upper Deck. And even that, I'm going to tell you, it's only Panini who says that. Upper Deck and Tops can't think this is a good thing. In fact, again, I'll just point you back to, there's a podcast called Wax Pack Museum, and he talks about the alliance when apparently the NBA, Tops, Panini, and Upper Deck apparently agreed to giving the exclusive license to Panini many years ago. Like, it wasn't like they all got in and said, yeah, just give it to Panini. But I think, Tops and Upper Deck did not fight for it at the time. They thought it'd be better for Panini to just focus on the NBA. And I think that's come back to bite us. Here we are 12 years later, 10 years later, 11 years later. And I do think that, again, a lot of these problems would go away if we had competition in the hobby. I will also say, I have been bearish, and I am still bearish on the market. If you ask me if I'm buying or selling, I am still selling. I'm definitely not buying. But I am still very, very optimistic on the hobby overall, right? Because I really do think, to me, correction is, we're going to correct going back to the times where you focused on what was important, which was autographs, relics, and rarity, right? I think you're going to focus on rookies. There will be some goats and stuff like that. There will be some great chase cards. That's not going to go away, but I think we're going to thin the herd of grading every freaking, base rookie card, right? A hoops base rookie card, can't do it all the time. So I think that correction to be healthy. I think when this correction takes place, I think if you fast forward 1 year from now, maybe 18 months from now, you're going to have a more educated, more invested, more caring hobby community that's also going to be larger. And I hope as we get larger and get more educated and come together, we can enforce some changes. Like, I don't know how to do this yet, but I'd like to see us create some type of, users union, collectors union or something like that can simply say, hey, we have, X thousands of members, and we think you should do this, and people would listen to us. I think that'd be great. And for good things, right? Like, I think we should have standards in grading. Right? I think we should have competition in manufacturing. I think we should have standards in manufacturing. I think companies should not print uncentered cards. I don't think centering should be in the grading conversation, because I think all modern cards should be centered. But that's, beautiful world. And less junk content creators. Yeah, well, that will come in the, with time. And I'll say this too. I definitely am critical of other creators. I watch them, but I will respect everybody who does the hustle, right? Whether you're flipping cards or you're creating a channel, I do respect that. As long as you're doing it legit, you're not, you're not making fake Jordans. Don't respect that hustle. I don't. You're creating fake autographs. Don't respect that hustle. But if you are hustling and having a good time in the hobby, try to treat people the way you want to be treated. And also this too, with what we refer to as, a junk creator, just be open-minded, guys. I try to be open-minded. I learn every day. That's one thing I love about the hobby. I learn stuff about this hobby I didn't know before. And pay to play, guys, drives me nuts. I agree. It does. It does. And there's some friends of mine who have paid to play, right? And, I still blow in their ear and say, guys, come on, drop the join button. Why are you charging? I think that will change, right? And also, if you're listening to my channel and you're a content creator and you're collecting money from the people watching you, I want you to think about where we are today in times and the economy and inflation and everything. Think, hey, is it really necessary to ask a few bucks from the people out there? If they're viewing me and giving me a sub and watching the commercial you might set, I think that's a lot in itself. So I hope maybe they'll change that. Maybe they'll drop those subscriptions and those joins and those Patreons. And that's just my opinion. If you're doing it and you're making a living and it feeds your family, hey, I understand. I just not my thing, man. I think again in the future, those who aren't pay per play are going to be the ones that last. They brag about big hits in December and January, and everyone's got it right. Yeah, I agree. I will say I really liked Brandon Chung did a video recently about Dallas. Brandon Chung, we follow him, young guy, does soccer, but he gave some pretty interesting comments about it. He said it was basically it was a trade fest, right? It was not the cash. There's a lot of people, like, I'll put it this way. A lot of the content creators who were there were very bullish on, hey, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of activity. The energy's great. The hype is great. The hobby's going to rebound. The hobby's wonderful. I'm skeptical on that. I don't know if that's the case. I can't wait for National, by the way, because I want to go there, but I also think National will be a great barometer of really where the hobby is. How many people are going to show up and how much money is spent, right? That'll be interesting to see. And then after July, we go straight into, the football season and stuff. So, if you can say one thing, the hobby is always fun. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and drop off. 32 minutes, started babbling on. Again, really appreciate all the support every morning, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be back here tomorrow, a little bit after 8. We'll be doing the open mic night on Sunday night. I'm trying to think. That's a holiday night. Should I still do that? I think I still will do it. I'm not going to expect, a great attendance. We'll see how it goes because it is a holiday night. I do remember now. Sunday is a holiday night, but I want to keep the what's it called? The continuity. So we will do open mic night. Maybe I'll get a guest. Maybe I'll do some comedy. Wouldn't that be funny? Thank you guys, everybody, for subscribing. Check out Texas Card Dude today. Who else is today's Thursday? Go GTS Live does their thing. I think around 9 or 10. Love that. They do a kind of a hobby update. Great section. I think Beckett Media's live tonight. Oh, Brad and Dustin are doing the Off Center show this evening. Again, I'm a fan of these guys. I love the content. I love the hobby and I love the people. Have a great day, guys.